From hurricanes in Florida to earthquakes in California, you never know when and where disaster will strike. Even in some place like Shenandoah is not immune to the unthinkable. That's why the Shenandoah Community School District, in conjunction with area law enforcement, fire, and EMS officials, staged a comprehensive disaster emergency drill Friday afternoon. Shortly after 2 p.m., students and staff at both the JK Building and Shenandoah High School were evacuated and walked to a rendezvous point at a remote location. Shenandoah School Superintendent Dr. Carrie Nelson tells KMA News the evacuations were in accordance with the district's emergency operations protocol.
We didn't go through all of the steps that we could have gone. Today we focused on the one element of we need to evacuate. If there was an active shooter, if there was some kind of event that would require us to evacuate, it was unsafe, we needed to relocate quickly. These are the procedures we would take. And so we focused in on notifying the proper authorities, notifying each other, and communicating the steps that would need to take to evacuate all of our campus.
Friday's drill was different from previous exercises in that Shenandoah Police, the Page County Sheriff's Office, the Shenandoah Fire Department, and Shenandoah EMS participated in the drill.
It is different than the first drill. The first drill is about teaching kids location and protocol procedures. The second drill is about reinforcing those procedures, but then including the people who would actually be responding in the event of a real emergency, and what that might feel like and look like. There's some emotion involved with it. We have some students that, our students have responded exceptionally well, but we did have a couple students get emotional, and it's normal that happens. We had a few staff members that you could see that their anxiety was a little higher than normal, but that's part of the process, and that's why we train, and that's why we need to include those first responders, because they're a natural part of the process and we need their support. I think for a drill, it went exceptionally well. Every time we do one, we realize the 50 things we haven't thought of, the things that we need to get better at, the things we need to do a little bit different. And as we were communicating with each other, we were all making mental note and starting to connect with each other about next time, what do we do different? And so we will be debriefing. We felt good about it. Everyone arrived as requested. But there's some procedural things we'll continue to refine, so we'll continue to practice. School officials, of course, hope they never have to have the real thing in terms of an emergency, but now they feel more prepared and feel that the repetition of drills, and not only emergency drills, but fire and tornado drills, are important in order for students to understand what can happen when the unthinkable occurs. Mike Peterson, KMA News.